Hello everyone, welcome to Everything Arsenal. And as I've been saying in every single video recently, we need forward players. Everyone knows that. Let's hope you're about to get some. According to reports, Josh Kroenke is on his way to London, hopefully, to complete some deals. Hopefully, he's bringing some, hopefully you're not coming alone. Hopefully, you're coming with some dollars, some really, really much needed dollars, because we do need some forward players. And listen, who knows why he's coming to London, or why he's heading to the Emirates Stadium this weekend? I mean, some are saying, is he coming to sack Arteta? I mean, I don't think that is the case. Hopefully, he's coming to discuss a few things, and hopefully can get some players in the January transfer window, because right now we are desperate. Like, now it's desperate moments. Like, there's no way we can carry from now to May. That's a whole 4.5 months of football. Champions League is going to start heating up, and Premier League is getting even more decisive now. Half of the season to go. Carabao Cup, we need 3 goals at Newcastle. So listen, it's going to get even tougher. So let's talk about Josh Kroenke, and also the latest on players like Sesko and Jorginho as well. Could he be leaving this transfer window? Let's get to it. So according to reports from Josh Kroenke will be in attendance as Arsenal take on Tottenham Hotspur on Wednesday. So he's probably already on his way back to London to watch the game, and hopefully to have some discussions with Arteta and the rest of the board. So we do need some players. Like, this month has just been terrible for us. As I say, when things go wrong, they just 100% go wrong. Like right now, I would have loved if we didn't have a game to play for a week or two. I would have loved an international break right now, just for us to like focus on the transfer window and try and get a couple of players fit. And players like Rice and Odegaard would probably go for the international break, yes, but get them some rest if possible. I would have loved an international break right now, but the moment, like, we are playing so badly, and some players are getting tired, and you're picking up injuries. Unfortunately, games are coming up every 2 and 3 days. We literally do not have time to rest, and it's unfortunate, because I would have loved us to have a break right now, 1 week break. Like, I would have wished we didn't play this Tottenham game on Wednesday, but we have to. Every other team is playing their games, so we have to play our games as well. No excuses. So why I'm saying that is because I would have preferred, if I is the one who's handling some of the transfers, would have preferred to just go there, handle the transfers, no games. But the problem is, we have training sessions, a game, training sessions, a game. Literally, someone else will be handling that in the board, and hopefully Josh Kroenke can come and sort that out as well. So hopefully he is coming to bring some money for us to buy some forward players. But let's wait and see. Wednesday is not too far. We will get a picture of that. So one of those players who could be joining, could it be? Let me pause this. So according to Sky Sports, as you can see, Sky Sports, I can play the audio, but Sky Sports says Arsenal are definitely looking for a striker. So we 100% need a striker. Now, which striker are we going to get? Absolutely no idea. There's the ones that we 100% want, Isaac, Gyökeres. Isaac is 100% not possible. Gyökeres, I don't know. I'd love to get Gyökeres at Arsenal, but I feel like he's going to want to stay at Sporting till the end of the season. But those are in terms of world-class strikers, those are the ones that are in and around. But those are not the only strikers in the world. You can get a striker who can score goals for you. The easy chances, the tap-ins and all that. You need a striker who can do that. A striker who's confident in terms of giving the defenders stress. The one thing I've always said about Havertz recently, and Kete before, and Lacazette before, all those players that we've had recently, do defenders have headaches and sleepless nights when they're coming to face us the next day? I don't think so. Like, I'm sure 2 seasons ago, even a season ago, maybe even now, if Van Dijk is sleeping, he's thinking, oh my goodness, tomorrow I'm playing against Haaland. Tomorrow is going to be a tough game. He's going to have a sleepless night. When players were coming up against Thierry Henry and Aguero, players were not sleeping easily. But for us, could you imagine like Van Dijk sleeping at night and thinking, oh my goodness, tomorrow, I'm coming up against Nketiah and Havertz? I don't think so. And that is not disrespect to those players. Some of you already done with Havertz, but for me, I feel like, he's still done a few good things for us, but the last 2 games have been unacceptable. I don't want him to be sold or anything, but I want him to, be a squad player, not a starter for us, a player who can come on for 25 minutes and all that and do and try and get the job done. But I don't think defenders have sleepless nights when they're thinking about the Arsenal strikers that we've had recently, even Jesus included. I don't think defenders have sleepless nights. We need a striker who can make defenders have sleepless nights. Even Chris Wood would make a defender have sleepless nights more than what we have right now. So there's a lot of strikers in and around, Europe, just England itself, a lot of them. You can get a few strikers in Spain, was it Roma? I think Roma got Dobrik, that's his name, from Girona this last transfer window. And then you have players like Mamouche, who's going to join Man City. You have strikers. Teams get strikers. Teams like Brighton get strikers out of nowhere. Like Chelsea, although he's not a great striker, they were able to get Nicolas Jackson from Villarreal. So you're able to get strikers instead of just not signing anyone at all. You need to get a striker. If you buy those strikers and forward players and then it doesn't work, then you try again. You say, okay, try the striker. This didn't work. Let's try and get another one. But if you never ever try, you never know what is going to happen. You never solve the problem. That is dangerous. So Sky Sports are reporting that Arsenal are definitely looking for a striker. This was not the next news I was going to come to, but let me go to which one. We have the news on Sesko. There you go. So not that one. But I had news on Sesko. I can't find it now, obviously. But yeah, there was reports on Benjamin Sesko. Arsenal wanting Benjamin Sesko. Can't find it right now, but I think I had a screenshot of it in the last game. So basically, Arsenal looking at Sesko, and Leipzig want 80 million for Sesko, which is a lot of money. Last time it was like 50 million, so now it's gone up to 80 million. But as I said, right now we are desperate for forward players. We can't just not sign anyone. We needed a player even before Jesus' injury. We needed a player even before Havertz and Trossard are on bad form. We needed a player even before Saka was injured, even before Nwaneri was injured. So now we even more desperately need forward players. We are not in a good position at all. We don't have enough players. As I said, even if Trossard, Havertz were playing really well today, we still don't have enough players. Like if one of them drops down injured, we are now down to the bare bones. Like we'll have to try something, Zinchenko on the left wing, or we'd have to try something crazy, which you're not supposed to be in a position to do that. We've been fighting for the trophy for the last 2 seasons. We've been in a Champions League quarterfinal. We were supposed to be fighting for another Premier League title this season. We're in a Carabao Cup semi-final. If a miracle happens and you beat Newcastle in a Carabao Cup final, you're not supposed to find yourself in a situation where you don't have enough forward players. You just can't. Liverpool have enough. Even Chelsea have enough. Those teams that you're trying to compete with, even if Diaz and Jota got injured today, they can have Gakpo, they have Nunes, they have Salah, they can play Elliott. We don't have that for us. One player gets injured and everything breaks down, and then the ones you have left, they're not on form. So that is a major problem. So Sesko has been linked again. They're talking about 80 million. So let's see if that is a possibility. I don't think it has to be 80 million. I think they would be more willing to sell him. I think there was like a gentleman's agreement where they said he's going to leave the next season. I don't know if he's going to leave in the middle of the season, but they've had a not so good season, especially in the Champions League. I think they've lost almost every single game in the Champions League this season. So if they are keeping him for that is pretty much over for them. So would they be more willing to sell him right now? Maybe. So let's see if that is going to happen. So next up, let's talk about Jorginho. So Jorginho is next up. According to reports, Flamengo have opened negotiations to sign Jorginho from Arsenal. The Italian's contract ends in June, and the Mengao wants, I don't know their nickname, the Mengao, I'm guessing, want to sign him for free. They want to sign him for free. So they can actually sign him right now and get him at the end of the season. So not Jorginho leaving right now. If they were making an offer for like 5 million or something to get him right now, I think Arsenal will probably accept it. But when you get to January and you've not signed a new contract, you can start discussing with teams. So that applies to Jorginho, that applies to players like Partey. You can have discussions with other team if you're not willing to give them new contracts. So Jorginho, this was his last season. We all knew that. At the end of last season, he had done very, very well between February and May, and a lot of people wanted him to get a 1-year contract, including me. He got it this season, though. You can see like he's approaching the end. He's 33 years of age. He's about to turn 34. He's not going to play too many games. Jorginho is a player supposed to bring on, play in a Carabao Cup game, bring him on for the last 20 minutes in the Premier League game to control things here and there, but not to depend on him. And having to play Partey at right back and then you depend on Jorginho in midfield, it doesn't work. That doesn't work, and it's a lot of pressure on him as well. He just doesn't have the legs to operate in midfield, and he comes up against players like Onana at Aston Villa, Caicedo at Chelsea. It's not possible. So Flamengo want him, and as it's written here, Flamengo offering Jorginho a 3-year contract, and Arsenal must prepare because I agree that they're doing this one. It's a tempting offer for him. Like Arsenal is not going to give him an extra 3 years right now, and on top of that, I don't think there's any other club in Europe that are going to offer him 3 years. So a team back in his country in Brazil. If they offer him that, the 3 years, it's very, very tempting. And I think it's a deal he's going to accept. So Jorginho is definitely not going to be here this season. He's definitely going to move on to where, I don't know, but that is a very tempting offer for him. He could be on his way out. Maybe he could even leave this January if they offer something and Arsenal decide for him to leave. That will leave us kind of short as well in midfield with just Partey, Rice, and Merino. But maybe now we'll have to try something else. If Nwaneri is back soon, that would be great. Maybe if Zinchenko stays until the end of the season, we're going to have to start using him in midfield, especially if we continue advancing in the Champions League and somehow we overturn the Newcastle game. That means it's more important games coming up. You're going to have to, do something in midfield, especially if Partey has to stay fit. That is something that has to happen. Partey has to stay fit and Rice has to stay fit. If we lose any of those players, we're in big, big problems. So we'd have to move around the squad again. So let's hope that is not the case. So let's see what happens when Josh Kroenke arrives in England. The last couple of January transfer windows have not been bad. This one where he signed Trossard, Jorginho, and both had an impact that season. Kiwi as well. In 2018, we signed players like Aubameyang in the January transfer window. So it's not been that bad. So let's hope this time we do get a January signing as well. 2 signings, that's what we need. 2 forward players, that is what we need. We actually need like 3, but we can only maybe get 2 this time and then get 1 in the summer transfer window. We cannot ask for 3. You're not going to get 3. It's just going to be disappointing. So let's see what happens. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch up with you on the